Hey guys, how you doing? It's Sean from Ridesharing101.com. Please check out the website. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about being a rideshare driver and what that's like. I made a couple of videos in the last few days about the new Uber platform, Uber Comfort. And for those of you who don't know, Uber Comfort is it's an Uber X ride that has more legroom. So, and a Toyota Prius would not qualify, but my Kia Soul would because it's got a little more room in the back, and Uber can charge a little more. And, it's for the people that they want an economy ride, but they want a little more space, and they pay a little extra for it. And one of the comments that I got from a woman was basically, you spent more time talking about your beard than you did about the subject matter. And my response to that is, yeah, I did. For rideshare, there's basically two kinds of YouTubers. There's the YouTuber that talks about all the news, that talks about the strike, that talks about different things that are happening with autonomous vehicles, with flying cars, with the different lawsuits that Uber's going through. And that's just not me. I post stories like that on the Facebook group, but I'm not sort of up on a soapbox, explaining what's going on with Uber. I figure you can do that on your own. There's a lot of people, frankly, that have the time to do it and can do it much better than I can. What I do is I give you the sort of slice of life, like what it's like to go through the daily grind of being an Uber driver or a Lyft driver, what it's like to be a rideshare driver. So that's why in the vlog I talk about potholes in the road. I talk about skunks, and I talk about my friend who said that skunks actually make good pets if you can degland them. I talk about conversations with passengers, the one I had with this guy Cosmos about barbecue and the secret to barbecuing chicken, which, by the way, is to boil it first for 20 minutes in water, but not salt water. Things like that. Things that you're going to go through if you're an Uber driver. Getting frustrated with passengers that aren't ready, that meet you or want to be picked up in the wrong spot, the wrong corner, the wrong part of the block. These are the things that I talk about. And today I was just thinking, there are times when I need to make money and I just don't feel like driving. And whatever, it's a little overcast outside. Maybe I got an argument with a family member, or I had a bill that came through that I didn't remember, and now my bank account is $50 less because I set something on auto pay and I forgot about it because maybe it only hits like every 2 months or something. These are things that rideshare drivers go through, and other people as well. And I was thinking about this because what I do is, when I know that I need to drive, because if I don't drive, I'm not going to get paid, what I do is I find ways to trick myself into driving. Because there's nothing worse than you start off the day driving and you get a quick little fare, not that far, and maybe you get like $4.84. And you're going, I waited 20 minutes for my first fare. I got up, I took a shower. I got into the car, I waited 20 minutes, I got a fare, I made $4.84. Why did I even bother getting up? Why am I doing this? Remind me why? And basically, my advice is you just have to keep on getting on. Keep on going on. Keep on moving on. Keep on going forward. What I do is I trick myself. I take that fare and I say, okay, $4.84, not a lot, okay. And then maybe I get another fare, and it's $5 and change. And I say $5 and change because with Uber, for whatever reason, you're always under double digits. If you're trying to get to $10, you always end up at $9.87. You're never at, $12.34. You might get like $10.17 and go, yeah, at least I made $10. But then you realize if you cash out, they're going to charge you 50 cents. So you're really back under 10. So But what I do is I go, okay, I've reached double digits. I've reached Mr. Hamilton. That's good. Then you maybe get another fare, and now all of a sudden you're up to 17 or 18. And you're like, okay, I've almost got a Jackson. I've almost got $20, which is the minimum I can take out from my ATM. So that's good. So then you do another fare, and now all of a sudden you're up to 24. And you're like, okay, well, that's $20. That'll get me breakfast and lunch. Cheap breakfast and lunch. I get a Subway sandwich and a coffee and maybe a bagel at, some bagel place for breakfast. So that's okay. And then you're like, well, I have to keep on going because even though I can eat breakfast and lunch, I need to put some gas in the tank. So I do another little fare, and then I go from 27 or 28 to in the 30s, and then I reach 40. And then once you reach 40, it's like, well, I'm at 40. I might as well reach 50 because that's, half 100. And then you're at 52, and you're like, well, I'm now closer to 100 than I am to 0, so I might as well work a little more and see what happens. And invariably, you get that long fare, you get an airport run, you get a fare out of the city that, is $20, $22, and then suddenly you're in the mid-60s, and you're like, well, let's go for 80, and then if you're almost at 80, you might as well go until you reach 100. And that's why I talk about having goals. And for some of you, you might be like, that's stupid. Well, it might be stupid for you, but it works for me. So, I trick myself that way because that's what I have to do to sort of make it another hour. I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous. It's a very sort of 12-step thing to do. We talk about 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time, 1 minute at a time. I just apply that to Rideshare. Some people can drive for 4 or 5 hours and never look at how much they're making and be fine. So I like to kind of break it up because it breaks up the monotony of driving in the day. And if I set a goal, the $100, then it works really well. Because a lot of times I'm like, well, I made $100, but I need money for dinner now, and I need a little gas money, so I might as well go for 120 and 125. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, I was going to quit at 8, but now it's 8:45, and I guess I'll just go for one more fare. I'll put the destination filter on, and that'll be, some bonus money for me. So whatever you have to do to trick yourself, because there are some days where it's like, I just, maybe a passenger was kind of rude. Somebody slammed the door. Somebody wasn't where they were supposed to be, but kind of gave me attitude about it because I was supposed to know that, I was supposed to see them when they were standing on the other corner, even though when they were supposed to be in the middle of the block, and they're wearing dark clothes. And I sent them a description of the car, but they couldn't be bothered to flag me down. These are all things that happen. There've been times where I'm like, I'm just not feeling it, and I've picked up a passenger and had a wonderful conversation. There's other times where I wish I had quit because I'm just not feeling it, and the person I'm trying to have a conversation with doesn't want to talk, turns out to be kind of a jerk, or whatever, says something kind of that I don't agree with, or wants to get really political or religious or whatever. So there are going to be times where you just don't feel like it, but you have to push on through or you're not going to make any money. It's a very sort of not risk versus reward, but you're rewarded for your effort and you can cash out and see the result immediately, which is part of the way that Uber and Lyft and the other rideshare companies kind of snare you, because you can cash out instantly and think you're doing pretty good, and you still realize, oh, I've got to pay taxes on that. I'm incurring wear and tear on the car. But if you have a goal and there's something you need money for, kids' school, paying your phone bill, whatever it is, you have to power through it, which basically means you need to start, because once you start, it's easier to keep going. So the recommendation for today is simply start. Whatever you have to do to keep going, whether you use my example of kind of setting these little mini goals and tricking yourself into $20, $40, $50. Oh, now the short side of 100. Whatever it takes to get you there, do it. Because if you have a goal, it's something that you want to meet. So you might as well help yourself get there. So just something to think about. That's why I'll talk about needing a haircut. That's why I'll talk about needing to shave or doing laundry, or, you know, this is my work sweatshirt. That's why you always see me wearing it in the video. You know, I clean it all the time, but it's something I can throw on, do the day job, my gardening job, and if it gets dirty, it's not a big deal. Right now I'm doing the video on my break, which is what I have to do. I don't have a lot of time, so if I have extra time on the lunch, during my lunch period, I make a vlog. I make a video log for everybody. So just kind of today the vlog was about motivating yourself and keep going and doing what you need to do to get to where you need to get to. So if there's something specific that you'd like me to talk about, hey, leave a comment. Please subscribe. Let me know kind of what you like or what you don't like about ride sharing and what you'd like to see a video about, and I'll share my experiences with it, because that's all I can do is give you my perspective, and hopefully you'll find it entertaining, enriching, or, you know, you might just say, that dude's an idiot, and you can tell me that too. So once again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it, and be safe, and I'll see you next video. Okay.